So guys, we're back with basically part 2. This time around we got the Z duo from the 8th anniversary units and also the Gotenks and Piccolo. Can't lie, I don't really remember too much about them. I don't know if they're actually alright or not. I haven't heard too much, so I can't imagine they're the best unit in the world. But once again, if you are new, consider hitting that subscribe button, and while you're down there, don't forget to drop a like on the video as well. The Z duo will lead Power of Wishes or Final Trump card with a 170 lead, then give the additional HP attack and defense plus 30% for characters who also belong to Connected Hope or Margin Buu Saga. Again, you're looking at the likes of GT duo also being on this category, running with them. You've also got the likes of God Goku, the Year 5 EZAs, probably Birdku's on here as well. I can't remember the categories off the top of my head. It's been like at least a week or two since I've seen them, but they are very good categories nonetheless. And the categories both these units also go on are pretty stacked as well, of course, with them being Saiyan units. They have attack and defense plus 200%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 50% when HP is 50% or more. Then they'll get an additional key plus 1 per key sphere obtained, an additional defense plus 100% as the first attacker in a turn. Then get an additional defense plus additional key plus 2 per key sphere obtained, and an additional attack plus 100% as the second or third attacker in a turn. So at this point, pretty much identical to the GT duo. They'll also launch an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack when key is 18 or more. They will launch an additional super attack when key is 24 guaranteed, and then get key plus 1 and a chance upon a critical hit plus 10% up to 50% with each super attack performed. So I said they're pretty much identical until you get to the bottom portion of their passive here, where instead of the GT duo getting damage reduction, which, if being honest, a little bit more important compared to crit chance, but still, nonetheless, it's still pretty good. They will get 10% crit chance, whereas as I said, the GT duo will get damage reduction. Their link set is same warrior race, Golden Warrior, Super Saiyan, Experience Fighters, Prepared to Battle, Fierce Battle, Legendary Power. Once again, a very solid link set. Then we have their standby skill, which can be activated when HP is 50% or less, or starting from the 4th turn from the start of battle, if the character performs 4 or more attacks in battle. Again, very similar to the GT duo. However, instead of taking an attacks or receiving an attacks, they have to perform 4 attacks, which, to be fair, for a Fizz unit, yes, you may not actually have dupes, but for a Fizz unit, and also for a unit that has the potential with 2 additionals built into their passive along with your initial super attack, not too difficult to build up, if we're being completely honest. And if you pull dupes, even easier. Their standby skill effect stands for 5 turns, during which the charge count increases by 1 per key sphere obtained by allies. Of course, the GT duo have the revive, the Z duo have the charge count by collecting key spheres. Each key sphere will fill up the charge, and then you have 2 finish effects, where if you reach 1, you'll do the standard spirit bomb. You reach the second one, you'll do the bigger and better one and do the super spirit bomb, where Goku, of course, will go Super Saiyan. The categories they go on is Power of Wishes, Final Trump card, Connected Hope, Margin Buu Saga, Pure Saiyans, Joined Forces, Battle of Wits, Master Evolution, Battle of Fate, Power Beyond a Super Saiyan, Bond of Parent and Child, and also All Out Struggle. On 12 key, they will stack defense, and they'll raise attack for 1 turn by 30%, cause colossal damage to the enemy. So the Z duo will stack defense, GT duo will stack attack, and on 18 key, they'll greatly raise their defense for the turn. Well, sorry, not for the turn. They'll greatly raise their defense when stacking, and they'll greatly raise attack by 50% for 1 turn, causing mega colossal damage to the enemy. Then we have the standby mode, which, by the way, I really do love this art. It doesn't show it on here, but when it animates, you have like Shenron in the back. I love this art so much. It's so good. Probably up there is one of my favorites. But yeah, when you're in standby, here's where the differences come in. You're unable to attack when Jeets is out, except when the finish effect is activated. You'll get defense plus 250%. You will guard all attacks guaranteed and randomly change key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres for 4 turns from the start of turn. So basically, you become an absolute defensive machine. And your main thing is change key spheres, rack up as much key as possible so you can get that top finish effect and do the most amount of damage. So you will then also reduce damage received by 8% per key sphere obtained on top of guard and 250% defense, by the way. And you also get attack plus 500% when finish effect is activated. The links to change will be the same lineage and now tough as nails. We now have the finish effects. So the first one will raise attack by 15% temporarily per charge count and cause ultimate damage to the enemy. If you get the super spirit bomb, you'll raise attack by 20% and temporarily raise attack by 20% temporarily per charge count and cause super ultimate damage to the enemy. They didn't highlight it there, but I'm pretty sure it was there. To get the first finish effect, the slightly weaker one, is when your charge count is 38 or less. To get the Super Spirit Bomb, which is the one everyone wants, your charge count has to be 39 or more. Then when we have the Sideband unit, which is the Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and also Piccolo, they will sub-lead Gifted Warriors. They'll get attack and defense plus 100%, plus an additional attack and defense plus 150 when performing a super attack. They have a 50% chance of randomly changing key spheres of a certain type to rainbow key spheres. They recover 5% HP per rainbow key sphere obtained, and then get an additional attack plus 50%, and launch an additional attack that's a 50% chance of becoming a super attack when key is 11 or less. They also have a 30% chance of failing enemies' attack when key is 12. Okay, so they're kind of tuning into the old school kind of pattern they had set up, where if Gotenks had a certain amount of key, even though he wasn't an LR, you know, certain things will take place. I see that. Yeah, they're not in special. These Sideband units this year are not in special. The link says the Innocence, Prodigy, Super Saiyan, Solid Support, Over the Flash, Fuse Fire, and Fierce Battle. They go on Gifted Warriors, Majin Buu Saga, Joined Forces, Final Trump Card, Connected Hope, Heavenly Events, Entrusted Will, Fuse Fires, Earthbred Fighters. And do you know what? This makes me think one day, right? Little side note. One day, when we get a new Gotenks, it could actually generally be like a Goten and Trunks, and have a standby into Piccolo. And while you're standing by collecting enough key, once you fill enough key up, or get enough key, or fill up your charge counter enough, you'll get Gotenks, like the actual fusion. If you don't get enough, you'll either get fat Gotenks or skinny Gotenks. I think that would be a really sick idea. And if they do a new Gotenks, I could easily see them have a standby, and I'd be completely all here for it. But yeah, on Super Attack, they will, if you get the 9 key, which is the Ultra Boo Boo Volleyball, you'll raise attack and cause supreme damage to the enemy. If you hit Vice Shout, which is from 12 key, you'll raise defense and cause supreme damage to the enemy. But now we have the Z Duo's animations, who, while I do love the GT Duo's art style, I do prefer aesthetically the Z Duo more. Let me know in the comments, which one do you prefer animations wise? GT Duo or Z Duo? Yeah, I do like these animations a bit more. They look great. Like I love the way it looks. And this is cold. The little beam in the ground. And look at Boo taking these hands, bruh.
Let's do it now. It's time. Prepare for the spirit bomb. Right.
I also love this. This looks amazing.
Please, everyone, give me all the energy you can. Whoa! Here it is. I'm going to buy you some time.
Okay. GT Duo's voice animations or voice lines for Global, they were solid. I can't lie. Do you know what? It's not that they're bad, but from here, like, if you don't know the process of the way Dokkan get their voice lines, aside from God Goku, they actually got like redone voice lines, which were amazing. But if you don't know the process, the way they do these, they collect the lines from games. I don't know if they have a specific game or it's like a mishmash of games, but you can, like, usually it's not obvious. But I don't know, there's something about the voice lines with the Z Duo here where it's so bait that you've picked and pulled voice lines from different, I don't know, different games or different parts of a game. Like, it sounds so forced and robotic. Like, that sounds alright, but it just, when you hear this, it's just so mishmashed and like stuck together, and I don't know, it just sounds really off. What about the standby? I mean, look, right, okay, this is what I mean. I don't mean to keep pausing it. This and the next line sound way off. That sounds sick though. Like, this sounds really good, but you can just tell it's mishmashed together and it just sounds weird.
You fought well. I'm impressed. See you around.
Okay, this is good. This is good. Come on, show me my favorite KO screen in the game. The thumbs up. Love this. As I said, my favorite KO screen in the game. But yeah, the voice lines, they just sound really robotic and just, you can tell they've been mishmashed together. Like, as I said, this bit sounds great. This sounds great. This next bit, where's the oomph? Like, look, Goku's literally like screaming these words. Like, the voice lines don't match up to the animations. Like, Goku's screaming this, like, and he's, oh, thank you, Dragon Balls. Yeah, I don't know. They could, the Z Duo's voice lines, they got shagged. I can't lie. That bit where Goku actually throws it is sick, and the ending's good. Yeah, you could tell they've, it hasn't synced up well for this one. We'll put it that way. Okay, to end off the video, we've got the Gotenks and Piccolo animations. I like the OST at the back, I can't lie, it fits really well. That looks really good. I actually really like the way that looked. I mean, maybe one day we'll get like a proper updated Dokkan version of that. But yeah, there we go. Those are the official translations. Of course, they do the same things on JP. And the global voice lines, which, as I said, the GT Duo definitely the stronger out of the two. They're solid. Z Duo has some sick moments, but yeah, the Z Duo, they fumbled a little bit with the lines they put together. It just doesn't match up. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Anniversary will literally be here in a couple days, considering they've already dropped the details. Yeah, the anniversary actual banners should drop the same day the anniversary starts. So on the 7th, no wait. Straight in there, we love to see it. But yeah, let me know if you're hyped. I'll see you in the next video, guys, and peace.